I mean, this isn't what I'm supposed to say as like a conscious consumption person, but like, if you need to go buy a lipstick right now to make yourself feel better, I mean, yeah, I guess try meditating, but probably go buy a lipstick. I don't know. Like, what am I doing here? Wow. Oh, it's not even the trying times anymore. I think this is just like the trying era, the trying eras tour. And this new era is really torturous, huh? All jokes aside, this video is going to be very blunt, very honest, very much an open conversation discussion. I have not known how to make beauty content lately because of what we'll refer to as the horrors, I suppose. I pick one, anyone. I mean, I know I'm coming on here a little jokey, but that's truly just to push through, oh gosh, the sadness that's happening right now. I've been doing a lot of work to take care of myself in the couple weeks I've been off YouTube and trying to establish self-care rituals that aren't materialistic and don't revolve around buying things. I've been meditating a lot, doing affirmations, spending time with people, stuff like that. Stuff I encourage y'all to try or do. I've been running. I just ran 8 miles. I just ran 8 miles. Why my voice? My voice is trying to tell me something. It's like, blend in, babe, blend in. And I hear that, and then I dye my hair pink. So my hair is pink now. I'm also experimenting with dark, with dark brows. Again, I actually didn't dye them. I just used an old brow pen that I had. And yeah, I'm trying to do my best personally, but I don't think, obviously, that takes away from this infinite sadness that's happening right now in the world. Obviously, for me personally, a lot of it is the anti-trans stuff going on. And then, I mean, it's also just, you know, how we're deciding to treat people right now is just a disgrace. Like, that's kind of the bottom line is to be fair, we've voted for and voted into office cruelty. So that's the policy right now. I mean, you can define it using other ideologies, other phrases. You can even try to make it a political point. But right now, the policy of the United States is cruelty, and it's really hard to adapt to because I don't think most of us are as cruel as what's happening right now. But this is what we decided, I guess. So, all of that being said, today, in a clove room, I want to talk about the kind of disconnect I felt from makeup lately, how I think that's kind of leaked over into me not wanting to make content or not really being able to make content. I've woken up and just been like, what am I gonna film today? Let's survive, right? Like, let's survive, and then we can maybe make a little video for the girls. But right now, like, maybe we'll focus on survival. Makeup in the past has really been one of those self-care rituals I mentioned, and not buying makeup, but putting on makeup I already love. Experimenting with color, experimenting with looks, all of that has been a way that I honestly meditate sometimes, and something that really lets me get into a flow state and makes me feel good about myself at the end. And lately, that just hasn't been what makeup has offered, I suppose. So I want to explore that. First, though, I want to give you all a quick pep talk that I have been giving myself. It's not tough love per se. And actually, first, let's take a deep breath. And like, seriously, I want y'all to do this with me, especially if you haven't really taken a deep breath yet today. We're going to breathe in through our nose. Hold it at the top. Breathe out through your nose. Okay. I'm gonna need y'all to remember who the fuck you are. I know a lot of queer people watch my channel. I know a lot of trans people watch my channel. I don't think you've made it through life with an easy route or an easy hand per se in some form or fashion if you are watching this trans girl talk about makeup on YouTube and talk way too long about consumerism. You're probably different in some way. And the world has kind of refused to not make you feel different. So you have gotten to this point, and it probably wasn't easy all the time. It probably was extremely difficult at times. I know I have had some extraordinarily difficult stretches that I'm impressed that I survived, because it was so hard to be who I was, so I wasn't. However, I know for me, And I'm guessing for you, you really fought to get to where you are. You survived a lot, and you have seen your fair share of bullies, of monsters, of cruel people, of obstacles, of hurdles, and hey, you may have some stuff you're working through in therapy, or you may still just have things that you haven't gotten to accomplish. But you're here, and you did it. Now, the reward seems so far away right now, doesn't it? The reward. It's like not even like trying to see the forest through the trees or whatever that means. It feels like it's bad. It's bad right now. But I would hate for you to give up now. I would really hate for you to give up now because one, you're probably really funny. You've been through a lot because, you know, just something that comes with the territory is you're probably skilled in dark humor and sarcasm like me, and you probably have a lot to offer to yourself, to your loved ones, to your family and friends who love you so much. And something I'm reminding myself of constantly, no one loves you less because the United States has decided to lead with cruelty. No one loves you less because some dummy is putting out meaningless orders that are trying to break you. Don't assume the worst has already happened because it hasn't. A lot of bad stuff is happening right now, and I'm really not trying to take away from that. I'm sad about it, and I'm scared. I'll be honest, I'm scared. But what I've resolved is they don't get to have me. They don't get me. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. I'm going to slide through the cracks. I'm going to camouflage when I need to camouflage. I'm going to be loud when I need to be loud. They don't fucking get to have me. So I've made the decision I'm going to keep showing up and doing this in whatever form or fashion that is. And I want you to do the same. And that doesn't have to mean 100%. I'm already worried that we're going to lose a lot of people through this because we are. It's inevitable. But I don't want to lose you. I probably don't even know you. I probably don't know your name or the first thing about you. If you need somebody to tell you this, I care about you. I certainly want you here in your full, fleshed out form, and everyone who loved you loves you the same and still sees you as a beautiful, robust person. We're gonna be okay. I know I say that at the end of every video. I'll say it at the end of this one. Some days I don't believe it. Some days I feel ridiculous because I don't want to ignore what's happening or ignore the very real consequences of this. Like I said, we're gonna lose people, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually. We're gonna lose people because of this crap, and it's awful. It's awful that we refuse to learn lessons, that we refuse to lead with kindness. But I don't know. It's where we are. So I just wanted to say that I wanted to reflect some of the things I've been telling myself because I'm not going to give up right now. I'm going to be soft when I need to be and protect myself and protect my loved ones and my community and be there for the people I love. I'm not going to give up. And I hope you aren't either. I totally understand if you are, but I really hope you aren't because I certainly want you here. All right. Makeup! I gave some background on kind of what beauty means to me and why I ultimately love it so much. I've had bouts of overconsumption. I'm doing a no-buy right now that, if we're trying to see the upside, a no-buy has never been so easy. Like a makeup no-buy has never been so easy because I'm not gonna buy makeup right now. Like, I don't know. It's just like so not on the front of my mind. Like, there are some days where I usually enjoy doing makeup, and like a lot of days this week I was like, I guess I gotta put something on, which I know I don't technically, but I usually like to wear something. It's never been such a struggle, like, to be honest. And I guess I'm just wondering why that is. I mean, not really why. I guess we all know why. Usually when stuff like this happens, makeup makes me feel better. And sometimes, yeah, purchasing it, sometimes giving myself a little treat, which is something I'm trying to move away from with my Control-Delete project and my no-buy. And I guess it's working because it's not even something I'm thinking about right now. Like, I mean, there's been a couple of things that have come out that I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. And I'm like, oh, I'm on a no-buy and I need to save money right now for more important things. And, some of that's savings. Some of that's just that, like, I need things to look forward to right now. So I'm going on a couple of trips this year that I'm so excited about. And having those weeks circled on my calendar that I'm going to have, like, I'm going to be able to see people I really love and go to places I really love. That feels essential, and that is just feels a lot more important than buying makeup right now and getting that kind of quick fix. And again, I'm just not thinking about makeup like that right now. That's also led me to think a lot about escapism, which I do think is important. Like, thank God Bravo still puts out a million shows a year. And I am burning through them. Southern Hospitality, Southern Charm, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which is, in my opinion, legitimately the best show on television. If you like Big Little Lies, you should watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And that's all I'll say. I'll probably do Housewives of New York next. Orange County just had a great season. Hell, every time I go to the dentist, Below Deck is playing. And I've watched a couple episodes of that, and I may be getting on the yacht. I think one of the things you hear a lot in times like this is do the work, show up as you can. What is it that Hannah Louise Poston says? Like, I hope you do the work in the world or whatever. I hope you do your work in the world. Go do your work in the world. I don't know what she says, but something about doing your work in the world. And there's this idea of kind of look at what's in front of you, and even though it may seem small, like you're helping somebody. And there's probably people who would say, by me trying to post videos that are funny, and I will probably try to do that soon, but that creates that escapism that's helpful. That's like a net gain in what's happening right now, because I'm giving people that are struggling and didn't vote for tyranny and cruelty an escape. And that's a net good. And I can definitely see that, and I can see why that is, and like I've thought that way before, honestly. Why that isn't working for me lately, I don't fully know, but I do know when I've thought about like maybe I'll do an anti-haul, and again, maybe I'll do that soon, maybe I'll be in the mood, or maybe I'll like do a project pan. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about using up makeup right now. Like, it's just, honestly, I mean, this isn't what I'm supposed to say as like a conscious consumption person, but like, if you need to go buy a lipstick right now to make yourself feel better, I mean, yeah, I guess try meditating, but probably go buy the lipstick. I don't know. Like, what am I doing here? Like, I think that's part of it. Is just like, I don't know. Somebody's like, oh, it would really give me a couple of days of happiness to buy a new eyeshadow palette. I think I'm supposed to, give you the list of things that are non-material self-care practices and tell you to dupe the vibes or something. But baby girl, I'd go buy the eyeshadow palette if it's gonna make you feel better. And I think that's why I haven't been wanting to come on here, because it just maybe I'm just seeing that the work, or feeling, I suppose, that the work I do here with conscious consumption is just, I don't know. I do think it's important at the end of the day, and I do think not overbuying is helpful, and I do have a video about not over-consuming in times of despair that, if you need that, please go watch it. I think it did end up helping a lot of people around the time of the election, and it could maybe help you now, I suppose, but I just feel a little silly caring about that right now, and I'm sorry if that, I'm not trying to offend or say like, and I'm not trying to say it's not important if it's important to you right now. Again, ton of content telling you why you shouldn't be buying things and things you can do instead. Like, I even like picked out the products that I was gonna try to do a project pan on. There's gonna be like a theme, and then I was just like, I don't give a shit if I use some of this highlighter. I just don't care. I don't care. I'm kind of two minds. One, I am just trying to allow myself to feel that, and maybe make some other content, maybe just do some silly anti-hauls, maybe do more commentary videos about other topics. And then two, I kind of want to get past that, because I do think this matters. The biggest reaction I've ever had to a video was that one I made about not over-consuming in times of despair. And I got tons of comments thanking me for making that video and how it helped people. And there's been other content I made where there's just been like very sweet, sincere messages of it having tangibly like helped people, which is like the best part of this job, right? Like, that's amazing. Like, I will never not think that's cool that me coming on here and blabbing like helps people. That's great. And I kind of just want to stop being so cynical, I guess, about it, and apathetic. Just given everything that's happening right now, it's definitely felt really hard to do that and to actively I guess, be invested in what my own channel is supposed to be about. I don't think it'll always be this way. I've already filmed a couple of videos, and both of them were just like way too serious, and I was like, I don't want to watch this, I don't want to edit this, like, this is a buzzkill. I mean, really, it's just like the main idea, I guess, of all this is just like, I don't know how to make beauty content right now. And again, it's that kind of tension between like escapism and the big bad serious thing that's happening right now, whether I think escapism serves a necking kind of net positive purpose in that relationship. And I guess I guess I ultimately come down on the side of it does. And I've said before that I think the dumb is important and the important is dumb, and that's still kind of a guiding philosophy in my life. It just felt impossible for me to participate in that lately, and maybe it's gonna feel less impossible. I feel a little bit more like myself filming this video, and I want to make I want to be a content creator. I mean, I guess I technically am, because I've also just been like creatively blocked. I feel like I've had YouTube block, like the YouTube version of writer's block, basically. I've just been really uninspired. I have a whole list of video ideas, and I just looked at all of them and I was like, no, not those. Even like saying the phrase on camera, the dumb is important and the important is dumb. That is what I believe. I do think that's important, and I do think showing up on this space feels really important right now. And, you know, maybe continuing to talk through falling, I don't even want to say out of love with makeup. It just feels like a momentary kind of blip. Talking through what's happening right now, being who I am, and hopefully being a safe space for y'all to talk about what's going on, and y'all to have a few minutes to think or a few minutes to not think about the big bad. One other thing I've thought about is I said at the end, I think of Clovemas or sometime during Clovemas, the main idea of this channel, what I want this channel to be, is a proof of concept of trans joy. And I think that's harder now, but I don't think it's impossible. And it also feels more important than ever. It's also between you and me. Scary. I mean, we don't know what's happening. Again, I don't want to operate on the assumption that the worst is going to happen. But with the internet being the way it is, with everything being the way it is, to be so visibly trans, like, I want to make content that's specifically about being who I am. I wanted to do a trans makeup starter kit for like a really long time, and very honest, blunt, like, I don't know if it's like safe to make that video right now. And I'm not looking for comments that tell me that it is and I should or whatever. Like, I just, like, I'm telling you personally, and you're not going to talk me out of this. Like, that doesn't feel like a safe thing to do right now. So that sucks. I don't know, like a lot of this video is just like, this sucks. I've like now tried to make this kind of video like 3 times now. This has felt the best. This has felt the most likely to get posted. So that is good. Talk to me in the comments as always. How are y'all doing? I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I hope you're being safe. I will say listening right now is really important. I think listening to people in your community, I found a lot of comfort, oddly, or not oddly, in, you know, trans elders content, and them talking through and you know, kind of giving a similar sentiment that I did earlier of just like, you know, remember who you are, remember why you work so hard to get here. And also they've been through the same, if not worse, in their lives, and they're very blunt. They're very much like, this is what I think is going to happen, this is what you should be doing. The fact that they do have experience, and the fact that they've like survived it before, is inspiring. On that whole topic, I don't feel any less like who I am after that stupid executive order. I don't need a marker. I don't need any acknowledgement, honestly, from a government that has hurt more than helped in its lifetime of who I am. I know who I am. My loved ones know who I am and honor that, and I honor that every day. That's always gonna be enough, and it may have to be enough. I love y'all. Give this video a like. It's like, talking about things feeling stupid, telling y'all to like and subscribe right now feels so like in times, but whatever. Like it helps me a lot in the Wild West. Wild West with YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you want to see future content. We're gonna be okay. Bye.